Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and a couple of days ago, I did an experiment uh, with several different types of solvents, and I thought I'd show you the results. Well, there you go. Now that you've seen the results, I guess that's it. I don't need to show you anything else. Oh wait, I recorded the experiment, so let's go watch it right after this. Let's do an experiment. Yeah, I like doing experiments. We're going to use these little cups, and we're going to do an experiment. And here's what we're going to do. This first cup will be our control sample, so I'm going to label that C. And the second cup, we're going to put denatured alcohol in it. The third cup, we are going to put, let's put acetone in it, just for giggles. And the last cup, what we're going to put in it is Bestine. We're not going to put a lot. Now, I'm going to turn the camera off while I put a little bit in each one of these, and then I'll come back and we'll proceed. All right, and I might add a fifth one. I haven't decided yet. You know what? I'm going to add a fifth one. All right, the fifth one I added was mineral spirits. Now, we'll use this one as the control. Nothing is going in it. And we're going to try to get that closed. This one has the denatured alcohol, acetone, Bestine, and mineral spirits. And I'm going to close all of these up. At least I'm going to try to close them up. Might have to lift it up to make it easier. And I'm not going to agitate them. I'm just going to let them sit for 5 minutes. We're going to let them sit for 5 minutes, and I'll be back, and we'll see what happens. So you might be wondering, what is the purpose of this? Because it seems kind of dumb. It's an experiment, and what I want to see is how each of the chemicals affect the paper. Now, this is Silver Age paper from the 1950s. It's a Silver Age cover, the back cover. I didn't have a comic for it to go on. It was in bad shape. I figured, why not conduct some sort of experiment? And it's been just about 5 minutes because, you know, I turned the camera off for a little while. So let's move this up. And I have a piece of blotter paper here. And we're going to start with the denatured alcohol because that was the first one that I put in. We don't have to worry about the control sample because it didn't have anything on it, so it won't change. At least it shouldn't change. And I'm trying to get it out with a pair of pliers or a pair of tweezers, and it's not cooperating at all. There we go. This is the denatured alcohol sample. And I'm putting it on blotter paper for no particular reason. I'm going to close that up because I probably will put it back in the can that I took it out of. Next is acetone. And acetone is also called fingernail polish remover. So we do know that it can have a devastating effect on colors. But does it really? It appears to be a little bit yellow. Yeah, I had a box fall. No big deal. It didn't fall on the floor, and it probably shouldn't have been where it was anyway. And it looks like it's mostly trash, so I'll probably throw it away. Next up is the Bestine. Now we know Bestine it can be used to remove stains on comics, on comic covers, especially tape stains. And I wish I had a comic that had, or a cover that had brown tape stains on it that I could have done this experiment with. Unfortunately, the only one I had was, yeah, we don't want to do that. And next up is the final one, which is mineral spirits. Now, all of these probably will have a similar effect. That's what I'm assuming. But I don't know for sure. And I can already see that the acetone has definitely affected the paper. I'm not going to worry about that one. This is the control sample. So we're going to let them dry and see what happened. I got these little sample cups from HEB. That's a local grocery store here in Texas. And they're great for stuff like this, or for storing small parts or little bits of food. Whatever. And everything, of course, is drying very quickly, which is what I expected. I'm really interested in how this is going to turn out. I'm going to turn the camera off for about 10 minutes to make sure everything's dry, and then we'll come back and do a comparison. All right, let's zoom in a little bit and take a look at the results. Of course, there's no change on the control, and that's why it's called a control, because there's no change. Let's check the denatured alcohol. As you can see, it had a bleaching effect on the paper, and it lightened the ink, but it doesn't look bad. It looks cleaner. If we turn it over, and we turn this sample over as well. Now, I didn't rinse these in water or anything. Again, we definitely got a bleaching effect, but the ink doesn't appear to be affected. So that's actually not bad. It's better than I expected. Next, we have the acetone. Again, we have that bleaching effect. We'll start with the back, but it didn't take out the shadow that was there. You see the shadow here. We see evidence here also. Flip this over. I'm having a terrible time with these. And again, bleaching effect, lightening of the yellow. Other than that, it's not bad. Bestine, pretty much the same effect. It's a light bleaching effect. It did lighten the yellow some. Maybe it just cleaned it. And remember, this was 5 minutes. So again, we've got the stain that's still there. It didn't take that away. That's a shadow of some sort. But the black was not affected. Finally, the mineral spirits, and this gave me exactly what I expected. No real change as far as the color. Very slight bleaching effect, almost not negligible, and very little change to the yellow, but it feels oily. And that is the only one that feels oily. So I would definitely not recommend using mineral spirits on your comics for any reason. The denatured alcohol seemed to work pretty good, as did the acetone and the bestine. Now, let's compare the yellows on all three of these. Of the three that I would recommend, or possibly recommend using. Pretty much the same. The bestine, the denatured alcohol, the acetone, all had a similar effect on the ink, on the yellow. Whereas this, yeah, not really. It didn't change it at all. Lightened it just a little tiny bit, not enough to make a difference, but it has that oily residue. And the feel, the acetone feels a little weird. I don't really know how to describe it. Almost a little bit oily. The denatured alcohol and the bestine, the same. They seem to do the same job almost exactly. And if we put them like this, in comparison, the denatured alcohol lightened it a little bit more than the bestine. And the acetone lightened it even more than the bestine and the denatured alcohol. So, if you're just going for whitening, you might consider acetone, although I wouldn't, because it appears to have done some damage to the cover, or maybe that was already there, I don't know. Yeah. Overall, you could probably use any of the three. I'm going to move this one to the center so you can get a better idea of what each one did. You could use any of these actually and get a decent result. I don't think you should use the mineral spirits, as it did appear to add oil to it. Now you might be able to get that off if you washed them. I'm not going to wash these little samples. I could, but I'm not going to. I think the results speak for themselves, and it appears the longer they sit, the lighter they're getting. So, yeah. That's my little experiment. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Bestine is proven. Let's stick with that. But if you want to experiment with some of the others, that's fine too. Whatever you want to do on your comics is your business. I just wanted to show this as an example. I have two other things that I might want to try. Mighty Melt Stain Remover and Undo Dry Erase. If you want to see me do a similar experiment with those, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll get some more things together to experiment with. Take care, everybody. I'm going back to me.
So now you know what the C, the DA, the AC, the B, and the M stand for, and you know what the experiment was all about. I was surprised. They all worked about the same, except for the one, the M. Yeah, that one didn't work quite as well. You saw the results. So I don't really have much else to talk about that. If you want me to do more experiments like this, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know. I'm happy to do them. I have fun doing stuff like that. And do I have definitive conclusions here on the various chemicals that I used? No. And the reason is I only did it once. You have to repeat the results over and over and over before you can say it's definitive. But this is what I got out of what I tried. And of course, it's the way it worked. I think it came out interesting. I was a little surprised by the neat-natured alcohol and the acetone. I expected them to take off all of the ink, to be honest with you. And when they didn't, I was a little surprised. Bestine. It does what it does. It's what we use. But apparently you can use other things as well. Now, the mineral spirits, yeah, I don't think that was a good way to go. Mineral spirits just didn't do a whole lot for me. I mean, it's not that much different, but it feels a little slimy. You know what I mean? That's it for this video. Hope you enjoy it. Hope maybe you learned something. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.